Okay, this is a personal reading for Ellen. And first and foremost, I want to say thank you so much for supporting Cancerian Chronicles. I understand that you are wanting just an update on love, especially coming in for 2025. So that is what we are going to focus on. But I have to give full disclosure before we even get started. What you have to know is in your question, you asked a lot about divine timing, soulmate, kind of like the person that you're destined to be with, your fated soulmate or something like that. And I just have to say that that's actually not something that I personally believe in. What a lot of people don't understand is that essentially, if we are one collective, we are all one soul. Therefore, everyone potentially could be your soulmate. And their actions in the 3D determines or lets you know what type of soulmate they are. So even when people talk about karmics, those are soulmates that are potentially contracted. Their contract with you is to help you learn a lesson. In the 3D, the way that it is perceived by you or the way that you interpret it, it could be that, if you put things into categories of good or bad or good or evil, then that is kind of the bucket that you place them in. But my personal opinion about all of that is if they're there to help you grow and that's part of their contract, that's that's kind of the greatest love of all, and that's why you're meant to just kind of forgive and forget, right? You're not meant to hold on to the hurt because it's meant to help you grow and meant to help you evolve. So that's my take on that. Another thing is that when we are super focused on, 5D spiritual love, soulmate, twin flame type energy, it keeps you from living in your here and now. And at the end of the day, that is the mission. You don't have control. I don't care what people are talking about, what they do in the 5D. Tell them to prove it, right? You don't really essentially have control over the 5D in the way that people think that they do. And what you are meant to focus on is your right here, your right now, your 3D. The type of people that you deal with, if you know that this is a person that, if you want to call them your soulmate, your twin flame, your life partner, your whatever it is that you want to call them, it's going to be based on the actions that they take in the 3D. Because at the end of the day, we all have free will. So even if you feel like you're meeting and connecting with someone in the spiritual realm or in the 5D, that's all fine and that's all good, but is that showing, is that reflecting in your actual physical realm, the physical world? I think a lot of the times it is a way that we give excuses to people for their bad behavior because you know what, they don't know any better, they haven't learned their lesson. They're my soulmate, so I have to give them chance after chance after chance after chance. You pick who your soulmate is, okay? When you're focused on someone like some type of external fated destiny, that means that you are no longer in charge of your life. You are no longer the person who is writing your story. It's someone else's. And so you have to be really careful with that. There's a very thin line between that spirituality and I'm just going to say fantasy. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Now, if you want to continue to watch, feel free, but I don't believe in all of that fantasy type thing. I believe in number one, there has to be a healthy balance, but I don't believe in that. Also, let's think about it. If you meet someone today and your heart of heart and your soul of soul and your spirit of spirits is telling you that this is your divine timing, fated twin flame soulmate or whatever that is, but they are treating you like crap, do you stick it out or do you walk away? Do you sit and long for them, or do you go on about your business and live your life? So that's why we have to be really careful, especially if you are listening to or researching or reading a lot of, things that have to do with like, that's what people are perpetuating. And I feel like it keeps you stuck in stagnant cycle. So you have to be careful with that. I just jumped kind of all in with that, but also, your incense that I was guided to select is the sacral. It has to do with the sacral chakra. I'm getting that you may have an overactive sacral, so you may want to do some research as it relates to that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on. I'm going to look at your blind spot oracle card. We're going to see what you have to see what is it that you might not be seeing as it relates to love and relationships. But we have the card 29 here, card 29, and let's see what 29 is all about. Okay, so 29 says wanting to be right. So that's what we have for 29. It says if you've drawn this sigil, you're not clearly seeing that either consciously or subconsciously you're wanting to be right more than you're wanting anything else. The truth in this situation is that it doesn't matter if you're right or not. You may be very wrong in this scenario, or you may be very right. Either way, what matters is that you are valuing being right over everything else, and this will lead to pain. It is a warped priority to have if you want genuine improvement to take place. If you're valuing being right over effectiveness, you need to ask yourself what your goal is. What do you get out of being right? In relationships, especially when it comes to conflict resolutions, this will get us into a lot of trouble. It will make finding a solution impossible. It will lock us into a struggle of ego versus ego. We need to ask ourselves if we want to be right or have success. We need to ask ourselves if we want to be right or if we want connection, because often these things are opposed. So I do want to say, like, if you feel strongly in your heart that you have a divine timing soulmate that you are fated to be with, and you're willing to, like, you're just going to stand on that rock, or you're going to stand on that ledge no matter what, that is like, you could potentially be who missing out on great relationships and great opportunities with people that are perfect for you, that fit or check every box that you actually have, but because maybe they don't believe in soulmates, or which I'm going to tell you most, no offense, but most men don't. Even if they tell you that they do, a lot of the times, no offense, they use it as a way to manipulate you. And those are typically going to be narcissists that are going to feed that to you, because they mirror, like they watch you, they look for your strengths, your weaknesses, they look for, I'm hearing something about going for the jugular, like they store that information away, and they actually mirror back what it is that they feel like you want from them. So you have to be really careful with, especially if you're talking to potential partners up front. Whether this is, whoever your partner is, whether it's a man or a woman, like, you have to kind of be careful with, if you are dealing more with a masculine energy, then you have to be careful that this is a completely healed energy, and that they're not using your potential something that you're really wanting, and they're using that against you. You have to be super careful with that. But it says what we tend to do when we are defending our position is that we get louder as we feel ourselves losing ground relative to something that is very important to us. We talk over others, we interrupt, we shut others down, we try to convince everyone that we're right. It is akin to an alternate reality experience because we get feverish. Like a dog with food aggression over a bone. It feels like this because our brain has quite literally been hijacked. Our body is being flooded with stress chemicals because it feels as though it is being threatened. It doesn't matter whether that threat is an external threat or just the threat of shame or the loss of power associated with being wrong. And so it chooses to shut down executive functions like compassion and strategy and openness. Instead, our instinct takes over and we do one of four things. We fight, keep arguing the point. We flee, revert to and hide behind group consensus, or exit the scene still convinced of our own rightness. We freeze or disengage from the argument by shutting up while still maintaining our belief that we are right. Or we appease, which means make ourselves not a threat to our adversary by simply agreeing with him or her despite still believing that we are right. In all of these scenarios, we still did not let go of the idea that we are right. We simply avoided finding a meeting of the minds. We prevented the critical sharing of information and opinions. We also got the opposite reward of our body being flooded with chemicals that make us feel dominant and invincible, which happens when we argue to win. If you have drawn this, you have to let go of the need to be right and instead look to be understood. To do this, you'll have to put effort into understanding others, listening to them, seeing them, and feeling them. When you do that for others, they will want to do it for you. Everyone has important opinions, perspectives, and information to share. You will soon find that the reward of actual connection will trump the feeling of being right and proving that you are right. So this is what you have for your blind spot with the blind spot oracle cards. And we'll see how this plays in, with the rest of the reading as well. Okay. So I'm going to move on to the avatar oracle deck. And I will say, with us pulling that the need to be right as the blind spot, it could be that that's still a lesson that you're needing to learn before this love that you're looking for, the love that you seek, before it comes in. And I'm actually hearing the word again. So this love may have come in before. This could have been a relationship where there was a lot of fighting or arguing and it's like just a clashing of the minds. Basically, someone didn't believe what you believed, and it caused some type of disruption in the relationship. It actually could have very well been both ways. You could have both been right fighters or something like that. Yeah, you could have been so similar just when it comes to something like that. Okay, so we have 35, which says virtual fog. Let's see what this one is about. Virtual fog, it says certain things catch your eye, but pursue only those that capture your heart. And that's an old Indian saying. Let's see, it says if you've drawn this card, stay conscious about your level of interaction with technology. Do your best to limit your exposure by limiting your time with electrical devices such as mobile phones. As much as you are electronically connected with the world and as convenient as these devices may be, you can also cause energetic disharmony and sever your connection to spirit. Your natural state is to constantly move towards the light. Your pineal gland or third eye recognizes artificial EMF as light and can often become confused between real organic light and artificial light. Stay conscious, dear one, as artificial light serves none other than to reduce the effects of your pineal, both physically and spiritually. It can cause confusion and disconnection from self. Now is the time to choose with all your heart which light you connect to. Okay. So there could be something to do with, I didn't really want to say it, but I really do feel like, I don't know if you're watching some type of, maybe it could be you're watching someone and they talk a lot about like soulmates and twin flames or something like that. And I feel like it's starting to block potentially your own sense of sight. There's something that you're not seeing, or it's affecting how you are viewing relationships or how you're seeing relationships or something like that. So just kind of be mindful of that. Be careful of that. Okay. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, what do we need to know? I'm hearing something about journaling. There is something that you need to do as it relates to journaling. We have a woman holding a coin, and at the bottom, we have man holding a coin. I feel like you should probably be working on something, possibly focusing a little bit more on your finances. I feel like you might meet the person that you are, if you feel like you're destined to be with them, or, or if you just, decide on whoever this person is, this match. I feel like you're going to meet them while you are focusing on something else, but more specifically while you're focusing on work, or while you're focusing on, like fixing finances, or building up your finances, or building up a business or something to that effect. Okay. Yeah. We have contract. I feel like whoever this person is, it really makes me feel like you guys are going to agree on a lot of things. Not just, definitely having to do with like business, or but also something to do with like relationships. The way that you do business, the way that you do relationships, I feel like you guys are going to essentially be on the same page, whoever this person is. This is going to be someone that's more similar, more alike. Sometimes I get energies of like opposites are, the best match, or or the opposites attract. In this case, I feel like this is someone who is going to match your energy, who is going to be on your level. I'm hearing get on my level, a song like that or something. But this person is going to be much more similar to you than different. Okay, so I don't know if you kind of typically deal with people that are different, but this person is someone who is going to, like, you guys are going to have a lot of things in common, is what I'm getting from that. Yeah. This person, whoever your partner is, I'm just going to say he, as in, just a masculine, but, it may not be, I don't know. It could be a she and masculine. I don't know. It's not my business. But I am going to say that this person that I'm feeling, this person, I feel like they are very intellectual. They're very intelligent. And that could be something to do with, I keep hearing something about the meeting of the minds. So you guys are going to definitely be on the same page, on the same accord. That's something that you need to kind of pay attention to. But even intellectually speaking, I feel like this person is going to, like, I don't know, no offense, I don't know about your previous partners, but it feels like maybe intellectually speaking, they weren't necessarily on your level. And I feel like this person is going to, I'm hearing match my fly. So this person might match you as far as like intellect. If you were dealing with people previously that were not on your level, intellectually speaking, that could have been part of, what causes or brings in some type of envy or jealousy and fighting and back and forth type energy. Okay. But whatever, we have blossoming abundance that came in. And then we have, at the bottom, we have the thinking man, and we have walking away. I feel like it could be that there's someone that you've been potentially waiting on, right? You've been waiting on this person to, quote unquote, come home or come to you, or to choose you or something like that. And I feel like the person that you're going to be with is not going to manifest in the 3D until you walk away from holding on to, I'm hearing a pipe dream. You have to let go of this dream of this person who really is not taking any concerted effort or actual action towards being with you. Okay. You have to know that, when a masculine wants you, like, you're not waiting. You don't wait. You don't have to wait. They act pretty quickly, right? So that's going to be one way that you're going to know if a person is for you or not for you. Now, obviously, if you have there's some types of men that they act super fast, like you meet them on day 1, by day 2 they love you. Those are people that they're just trying to get to I'm gonna say the bag, but right, really they're trying to get in betwixt your legs like as quickly as possible. So that's going back to what we talked about earlier about being careful with talking about soulmates and divine partners and things like that, because that's when people use that to get what they want out of you as quickly as possible. And then once they have kind of I'm seeing like a lemon being squeezed. Once they've been able to squeeze everything out of you that they possibly could get, that's when they the real them starts to show up and show out. So we have fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel, that came out. This fell to the floor. This is when it falls to the floor, I feel like that's a message that there's something that you need to be mindful of, and that's going to go back to talking to people about your specifically love interest, talking to your love interest about your beliefs or your thoughts that they are your divine partner or that you're meant to be in some type of way. Do not talk to people about that, because I really get the feeling of like, some people just kind of, go into the art of war. Like they use that, they store that information away and they use it against you. Okay. So here, let me move these over. Yeah, we have the angel of strength here. There's something to do with confidence, or like just remaining confident in yourself. There's something that feels like solar plexus type energy with this card, because that does have something to do with confidence. But also you're going to have to, I feel like you have to have very strong and strict boundaries with the people that you deal with. Because even the best person, right? If it's kind of like, a lot of people are hardwired to, if they can get away with doing the least while you're doing the most, then they're going to take advantage of that. Or if people can get away with overstepping your boundaries, they're going to use that to their advantage. So you just kind of have to be careful with that. Okay. Especially when it comes to finances. I don't know if, people, if you like to spoil the person that you're with, especially financially. I don't know. But we have the goddess of the moon. I feel like there's something to do with like, if you are technically the rich man, so to speak, you need to keep that a secret. Like, you don't need to let potential mates or potential partners know what you have in your bank account. What you do have or what you don't have is nobody's business. Okay. It almost feels like, again, someone storing that information away for later. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, geez. We have protection guardian, and we have the snake shadowed skin. That's interesting. It almost makes me feel like holding on to this whole idea of having like a soulmate or like someone that is divinely meant for you, quote unquote. It almost feels like that is a way that you protect yourself, and kind of like you're using that as an excuse to not grow and to develop, especially when it comes to, it feels like it's stunting your growth when it comes to love and relationships. Okay, not having to make the decisions on your own. It's kind of like, oh, well, this person is here because they're meant to be here, rather than you having to like actually do the work to vet people. So there's something to, like, you're going to have to let that go. Like your person, quote unquote, like you're not going to, like that person is not going to be in your life if you are kind of allowing anyone in because you feel like, potentially they could have been sent from the universe or sent from the divine or something like that. No, you get to decide who is going to best meet your needs. Who is it? What type of person do you want? What is it that you are looking for? What is it that you're not willing to put up with? Like, you're going to have to let go of this. It's kind of like just a way to not take care of your I was about to say spiritual and business at the same time. So there's something to do with like your spiritual business. I'm also hearing something about a spiritual cleansing. If that's something that you're into, I mean, I don't know, but there's something to do with some type of spiritual cleansing. That's interesting. I don't know what that is, but there's something to do with like washed in the blood. I don't know what that means. This is the second time that I'm hearing this. I heard this in like a collective channeled message as well. I don't know. But we have at the bottom, high priest. It says intend and create. You have to put your intentions out there for the type of partner that you are seeking. You have to put the intentions out there for, essentially even, even when it comes to timing, like, there's something to do with like, you have to, rather than like, when is my partner coming to me? When am I going to meet someone? You have to determine when you're going to be open to truly having that relationship that you are dreaming about having. Like, you have to put that intention, you have to put it out there so that it can come into fruition, right? You have to think the thoughts, you have to say the sayings or say the things, right? Before it can be made manifest. There's something to do with you speaking things into existence, because again, when you are feeling like, someone, like it's kind of like it's up to the universe, you're not the one who's putting your intention out there, right? You're giving it over, you're handing it over. It's kind of like, there are some people, especially like in the Christian community, the women, a lot of the time it's like, they're waiting on their God ordained spouse, or they're waiting for God to send them a man. And again, that's not, you don't typically hear a man saying that about a woman, right? So this is something that they are essentially giving their power away to an outside force, rather than, making sure that they are the creator or at least a co-creator when it comes to their own world and their own life. Yeah, we have winter, take care of your needs. It feels like there's something to do with like pouring more into yourself. Yeah, unlock the magic within. There's some work that needs to be done internally speaking. Let me see. I'm going to do one more of these. Yeah. Oracle. And I don't know if I should keep it the way that it came out. Yes or no? Okay, so your card was this way, where it was about wait for important information with this oracle. I feel like this is sideways because that's what you've been doing. You've been waiting. You've been waiting for, maybe particular certain signs, or you've been waiting for someone to make it known that, hey, I'm the one that's been, dancing with you in the 5D, or, something like that. And this like the person that you're meant to be with, so to speak, is not going to be made manifest until you stop waiting. You cannot continue to wait for, some sign from the universe, or from, some person to say that they are the person that's been hiding behind, some type of, 5D screen, right? You're going to have to decide to be open to receiving attention and time and, exploring dating with potential partners. And you're going to have to decide who is the best person for you. Who checks off the boxes? Who's going to meet your needs? Who is going to treat you like a queen? Like, who's going to treat you in the way that you're meant to be treated? Yeah, look at that. At the bottom, we have shift your perspective. There's something to do with I'm hearing Dr. Phil, and how's that working for you? There's something that you're going to have to make a change about. We have autumn, release the old, and rest. I feel like there's something to do with, like, if you're seeking, if you've been searching for this divine partner in any way. I'm just going to put this in reverse, but because we're not waiting. But you are going to, if you have been like searching or going after people that you feel like, they're your partner or your soulmate or something like that, like your person is going to they're going to seek you out. And so there's something to do with like you needing to be in a state of rest. You need to be in a state of rest. Just allow someone to come in to you. Yeah. If you start getting like I'm hearing the word ansias, but if you start feeling like this need, like, oh, this is my person, and oh, I'm gonna drop some hints, or I'm gonna let it be known, or I'm gonna introduce myself. Just sit on that, okay? Just if that person is really meant to be with you or wants to be with you, they are going to make it known to you, okay? Yeah, we have 10 of Pentacles, and this is falling under this woman holding a coin. I'm telling you, there's something to do with money or wealth. And at the bottom, we have the 10 of Cups. I'm looking at happy ending. And I'm looking at wealth. Seriously, like working on something more to do. It's like kind of putting your worth and your value, or putting your time and attention into something else. I feel like it's other than like a relationship or whatever this is. I feel like it's going to, like, that's where you're going to reap the most benefits, right? Yeah. We have at the top the 4 of Swords. There's something to do with like something that needs to be healed. Maybe you are meant to be like healing or working. Well, I said, working on your finances. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Building something back up, perhaps. Not to say that it's low, but Jeez. Yeah, we have the Devil that flew to the floor. And there's something to do with addiction. Feeling trapped. This is almost like, and it flew to the floor. So it's kind of like, releasing or letting go of this mentality. It's almost like a victim mentality. Like you can't find love, or you can't have love because your divine partner has not made themselves known, or has not shown themselves, or has not, whatever. No, that's not, like, something about that is keeping you stuck. There's something to do with like just going out, being social, being open. Yeah. I just feel like I see someone who, oh, there's something weird with my right ear, but there's something to do with just like pouring your money into yourself, on things that make you look good, that make you feel good. There's something to do with like, spas and, I mean, I don't know, rest and relaxation. And, I don't know, there's something to do with that. Yeah, we have temperance that came out. Something, we have finding patience is what I'm being guided to. Yeah. And we have the Queen of Swords. Protective is what I'm guided to. You may not, I talked about that, but you may not know that you're using something as a way to protect your heart, to guard your heart. But at the same time, it's like, a double, I'm hearing double entendre, but it's like a double, like it's kind of like you're saying that you want love, but at the same time, like you're keeping people away, you're cutting people out or cutting people off with the excuse of like they are not your divine soulmate. There's something to do with that. Yeah, we have 5 of Wands. Arguments. Something to do with like fighting and arguments or geez. This is the 10 of Cups that flew to the floor. It was in reverse. What am I guided to? I'm being guided to lack of relatability. Lack of stability. Lack of stability. What is this? The 9 of Cups is at the bottom. Something to do with luck. And then we have Justice here at the top. A cause and effect. There's something to do with like your energy not being grounded or balanced. And with that being kind of like thrown to the floor, it's like, again, maybe those spa days or whatever I'm seeing with this person, like, I see someone with a towel on their head and the cucumbers on their eyes. It's like there's something that you need to do to keep you grounded. I'm seeing someone walking through like a, I don't want to say a forest, maybe an arboretum, what is that called? Like a garden or something like that. Yeah, we have the Empress here. I feel like you have, like, I'm guided to the one that says abundance. I feel like you just have a lot to offer. I'm seeing celebration, which, with this 4 of Wands. At the top is this 2 of Swords. Blind to the truth. There's something that you're not, you may have had, let's keep going. We have the 6 of Wands. Victory. You are going to be victorious once you are able to balance this out or balance yourself out. And I guess what I've been avoiding saying is I feel like you have met someone, but I'm hesitant to say it because, like, seriously, don't reconnect with old people. If the relationships fizzled out or didn't work out, or like, you've moved on from someone, like, keep them in the past. But you have had someone, I'm getting that you have had someone's, you've had relationships or you've met people that were potentially like your perfect match or your perfect partner. But I feel like I'm seeing that shield, like you cut these people off. using the excuse of like you were waiting on a soulmate or something, or making an excuse of like why this person wasn't your soulmate or something like that. I'm hearing my mind's playing tricks on me. Like, I don't know if you convinced yourself that, like they can't be the one, or they weren't being sent by the universe. And maybe like you kind of cut things short. You didn't give this person or these people an opportunity. Yeah. We have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom. There's some type of change that definitely needs to be made, where you're at the point, like I'm being guided to turning point. This is a time where you can turn things around, meaning from this point forward, with that shift in your perspective that we saw, like I just feel like, I'm hearing something about feigned helplessness. I don't know what that's about. Yeah. Six of Swords. There's transition. There's something that... Let's try. Yeah, we have Page of Cups. There could be someone in your energy now, even, that maybe you just don't see them like that. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, look at that. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Four of Cups. Like someone is trying to offer you a cup. Just like I said, like you're skeptical of something, or you're skeptical of someone. Someone's trying to offer you something. Again, it's almost like every time like someone who is a good match enters your life, it's like that you could definitely be victorious with, you can build with, you can create with. Someone that, balances you out. It's like maybe it's not enough drama, or, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Let me get a couple more cards, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap this. I think I may have to go get another one. Look at that. What tried to pop out? 911, out with the old and in with the new. You definitely are being guided to make some type of shift, some type of change. We have 888, a cycle is ending with this phase in your career or relationship. Prepare accordingly. Yeah, you're definitely being guided to change something. Look at that. 515. It's your life. Emphasis on your. Make decisions based on what's best for you. Don't allow other people's opinions and judgments to hold your dreams and happy life hostage. Wow. An unexpected gift from the universe is on the way. You're being rewarded for your good deeds. I feel like you've had several rewards, so to speak, come into your life. But whether or not you were open to them or saw them, I mean, I don't know. That might be a different story. And I'm about to run and get a different deck that I meant to bring in here. But we have, I am safe. Know that you are safe to love and to be loved. Let me go and get that deck real quick. And so I went and got the Divine Time Oracle deck, and I'm going to get 3 cards from this one. And it's funny, you have an incense that's going right now, and it is all like, typically the ashes fall down, but this incense is really holding on to these old ashes. And I feel like that's, yeah. Yeah, look at that. You have let it happen organically. You have next year, and you have stop rushing things. At the bottom, we have November. At the top is January. So something is going to come in next year. Could be between November to January. Could be, I don't know if that's starting this November up until, January of next year, when you might actually meet this person. But focus on you, focus on your coin, and don't rush things. I hope that these messages were helpful. Again, thank you so much for being here and supporting the channel. I love you and have a beautiful and fantabulous rest of your day. Bye now. Mwah.